Yo, it's your boy Chris Lee. This is another episode of Blurred Talk. You guessed it. If you like anything dealing with nerdom, blurred talk, comic books, movies, gaming, animation, anime, whatever it is, when it comes to nerdom, you are in the right place to be. It's your boy Chris Lee. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more content to come. I'm doing double episodes today, so that's why you see the same shirt I had on from the previous one. You feel me? So I'm just trying to knock these out. I got a little bit of time here, and I'm gonna stick to my commitment by doing more content as possible. So let's go ahead and jump into what this episode is. For most of you are out here wondering, we're talking about films who are now getting a second light or being introduced to a new generation, such as Bad Boys. Now, as an example, Bad Boys 1 came out early 90s. My generation. Bad Boys 2, early 2000s, still my generation. And then Bad Boys for Life came out recently. I'm not sure the year, I ain't gonna throw it out there, but it's been a couple of years ago. And then you got the final, the latest Bad Boys that came out. And movies like, this is an era, I don't know if y'all been watching film like me. My wife said I watch too much TV or too much movies, but guess what? I'm about to put it to use, baby. I'm about to put all my research to use, yeah, feel me? So, when it comes to movies now, if you notice, a lot of movies now are getting a second chance in the light. Like, it's a lot of classic movies are now being revamped and brought back out for another time, right? They bringing out the old suit, dusting off the old suit, changing up the seams a little bit, but they're gonna rock it one more time. Such as Beverly Hills Cop, which is recently came out. Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley, recently came out on Netflix. You had a sequel to Coming to America come out not long ago. You got Happy Gilmore 2 sequel came out not long ago. So you see where I'm going at here? So a lot of these 90s classics are now making a full spin around the block. Like they doubling around the block, you know what I'm saying? And I love that, man. I love seeing these movies, because now the younger generation or the younger adults will now get to see why we were so crazy about Bad Boys, why we were so crazy about Indiana Jones that recently came out, why we were so crazy about, all these other films that we grew up watching. Now they get to see these actors pick back up the helms and carry on that legacy. I even heard possibly you got American Pie coming out again, another American Pie, you know what I mean? So that's all our era. I heard another Fridays coming out again, our era. So all of these things are just kind of like really just circling back around, and I'm here for all of it. So this here episode, to get into it, is what I would like to see a sequel on, or what I would like to see a reboot on, and then maybe y'all can throw in the comment section on what y'all like to see a reboot on, or just a sequel or completion to it, or added film, whatever it may be, or spin-off. Alright, so let's jump into it. Number one, I'm gonna start with Harlem Nights. Okay, that's an obvious one. Harlem Nights is number one for me. If you've never seen Harlem Nights came out, I want to say 1988, the year I was born actually. You had a stellar cast. I'm talking about, this is back then when social media wasn't gassing comedians to be beefing with each other, and like Cat Williams and literally every other comedian on the planet. This is before Twitter. This is when black comedians pulled together and like, we're gonna make something legendary. So before egos was a thing, and honestly, if we're gonna talk egos, if any group of comedians should have egos, it would have been the '88 version of the squad from Harlem Nights, because all of them are in it, each are goats in their own rights. So that's literally the Avengers lineup of black comedians then. So, and no offense to the new age comedians, but those guys, you hold no candle to. Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Red Fox. You don't get to sit in the same room alone to be a conversation with those guys. So, not throwing no shots at nobody, but the facts are the facts. So let's stick to this. So when you had movie like Harlem Nights, again, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Jasmine Guy, Tommy Davidson. I want to say, is it Tommy? No, not Tommy. Tommy, You Ain't Got No Job, Man. That's Tommy. He played in there as well. You also had, like I said, Red Fox. You also had Charlie Murphy, Eddie Murphy, all these guys who are all part of this legendary film. And one thing I love about, movies like that, it was like everybody had a personality and everybody was cool in their own right. Like everybody has some sort of swag about them. Like, oh man, I want to be like him. I want to be like him. I want to be like him. So it was just one of those images of strong black leads and cool and suave that you got to see on the screen. And that film was legendary. Freaking legendary. Like one of my favorite films of all time. Hands down. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, I would like to see another version of that. Now, just to kind of mention, I do not, for the love of God, I love Eddie Murphy. I love everything he's doing now. But whatever directors you're working with, we don't need them. Not for this one. Not for this one. Axel Foley was good. But, it was good, but like it was better than 3. It definitely erased 3 out. Yeah. But I don't think the majority would ever forgive Eddie Murphy for Coming to America 2. Sorry. I personally enjoyed it. I personally thought it was cool. Me and my wife laughed at it. We give it a thumbs up. But compare it to the original, not even close. So if I'm a final director, I don't know. Maybe Ryan Coogler. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Find somebody who can really capture that, right? Because realistically, that was like the closest thing we had to Ocean 11's, right? Back then, the original Rat Pack, Ocean 11, those guys. So if we are to do it now, then I would love to see a star-studded cast to do it now, because that'd be a sequel that'd be pretty cool to see, or at least a reboot. I would say a reboot. I would say still keep it in that same time period, because that time period just, black people in that time period, it just works for us, right? Sinners, it just works for us, man. Like, that's cool. Like, if we are to do Harlem Nights, do not, for the love of God, do it like now in this era with, like, no offense to the younger comedians, but you can have them in there, sure, but I don't want this to be a straight to prime Harlem Nights, cheesy, thumbtack picture, cheesy acting, random randos. No, this is a baby. This is a crown jewel of black culture we're playing with here. So if we all could make this something fire, right? I would say, as a cast member, as a cast, I throw Monique in there. Go and put Monique in there first. That's why I said it. Put Monique in there. The play old lady, the one that's the madam, right? That was over all of the workers, right? For monetization. Put Monique up there. That'll be fire. You feel me? I would say Cat Williams, you gotta put him in there. You gotta put Cat Williams in there. Honestly, this is a little wild card, but Jeffrey Goffrey. Goffrey, the black guy do all the impressions, the Nigerian. Him. Put him in there. I don't know what role he played, but I think he can fit. Obviously, I will put I put Mike Epps in there. I put Mike Epps in there, as well. I would love to see like a Lil Duval in there as well. You can put who else in there? I would say Dave Chappelle, but Dave Chappelle acting chops ain't just all that great. He's a great stand-up comedian. His acting chops ain't, So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't just think that's something Dave Chappelle be fitted for. I would definitely say put Kevin Hart in there somewhere. Now him and Cat gonna have to work out some sort of arrangement. Put him in there. Other comedians I'm thinking about here now. Honestly, I would love to see like Cedric the Entertainer and also Steve Harvey play some point in there. Like they are like the OGs now or even D.L. Hughley. Like, I think they're the OGs. Like, they can play some parts in there. I don't know who we're gonna get to who play what, later, but that could be some of the cast members. Obviously, I'll put Tiffany Haddish in there. I'll throw her in there as well. I put Linnell with the go. I put Linnell in there somewhere. She's gonna rock it no matter what you put her in. Who else? Oh man, it's a lot of other female comedians. I would actually put man, what is her name? I can't remember her name right offhand right now. But it's a lot of other people I could put in there. It's a lot of other actors and actresses I put in there for real as well. But that's some of the people I could put in there. Chris Tucker and Chris Rock. Like, I think they both can play some sort of a dynamic there. Like, I think if we are to do another Harlem Nights, then we definitely need to do like a Avengers Endgame style of just bringing in the legacy black comedians, the active black comedians, and then the younger crowd, the younger generation of comedians, as far as like career wise, like bring in Ha Davis, bring in other comedians, like Country Wayne, other comedians like EJ Nas, other comedians, that's out there that are getting busy, and because the film has such a large star-studded cast, everybody wasn't the main focus, but everybody played some sort of role to make it what it was. So that's what I'm saying. If we are to do this first episode, as you see, we're gonna do Harlem Nights. Harlem Nights is gonna be one I want to see them remake in this era in time. Now, who picks it up, whether it be Prime, whether it be Netflix, me personally, I don't think neither should pick it up, because no offense, but when it comes to those platforms, it's like the quality of the film get pushed down as far as the writing skills. I don't know what it is about it, but it's almost like drinking Kool-Aid from one of your white friends' house. It's like, yeah, it's all right, but I think it should be one that's straight to movie theaters. Because, put Samuel L. Jackson in there. Samuel L. Jackson got to be in there. I don't care where you put him, put Samuel in the film. Put Samuel L. Jackson in there. Because, just throw him in there, man. He's going to make it work. Give me Queen Latifah, too. Throw her in there. You know what I'm saying? Give me Regina Hall and Regina King. Throw them in, bro. Like, I'm telling, only too many actors. No, everybody could play some role. Don't mean they got to be like in every scene, but Harlem Nights, go back and watch Harlem Nights if you ain't never seen it. It's probably on Prime somewhere. Go watch it. I promise you, you could be counting heads like, yo, all these people in this movie. You know what I'm saying? And they made it work. And it might have been ego behind scenes. We don't know. Back then, there was no blooper reels and nothing like that, social media. But they made it work. They made it work. They did. Eddie Griffin. Throw Eddie Griffin in there too. He's a legacy actor who do not get his flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Give me Faison Love. Throw him in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, this could be something legendary. You know what I'm saying? Like Harlem Nights, bro. Like, yeah. Who can direct it? All I know is Ryan Coogler. He don't miss a beat right now. He did Sinners. He did the Creeds. He did the Black Panthers. He did a lot of other films in different genres, and he knocked it out of the park. I don't see why not. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it. That's my first movie to this to what movies that we can bring back into the spotlight far as a sequel or a reboot. This would be considered as a reboot. Now, I would say as legacy, put Eddie Murphy in there, because Eddie Murphy could play some part in there as well, because you want to put the legacy acts in there. Most of the other legacy acts that did play in that movie, unfortunately, has all passed away. I think you have 2 or 3 that still may be alive, but bring them in there as play some pivotal part, as some whatever, to really just seal of approval, But that's my take. What y'all got? What do you got? What movie you want to see them remake or reboot? Put it in the comment section. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check me out for more content to come. It's your boy Chris Lee. Peace.